All right, so it's only 3 games, so I'm not going to overreact, but I think that the biggest problem with the 76ers, the Sixers, is just no team continuity. Um, no communication. Those guys. We always applaud Embiid and Harden and Rico Hines ball and the Drew League, etc. But what the good players do, they play together, and the good teams do, they play together. And you don't spend the off season, marketing, etc. You get with those guys, especially when the team is, you have new additions to the team, and you play together. You can't think you can go out there. It's not a league where you can go out there and play hero ball and do well. It's a different type of league, and why the Warriors have a recipe that works is because those guys play together. Um, you can tell from the way the guys walk to the bench. You can tell from how they operate and play basketball when desperation comes. The identity of a team shows in desperation. And in desperation, they don't figure out ways to move the ball to score buckets or find ways to pass the ball and or set screens, etc., to get the players open so they can score. What they're doing is playing hero one-on-one ball, and Doc Rivers hates ISO ball. So one thing that the Sixers really have to do is, and it's early, and I think that they'll either get the hang of it, or they're looking to trade or ship somebody at mid-season. They have to figure out a way to play together. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a breaking point, but to lose to the Spurs, get thrashed by the Celtics, and then lose to who was it that played the Bucks, the fashion that they did. They have to figure out how to play together, and that means appreciating each other. And in basketball, that chemistry is more important than anything. And if you don't have that team chemistry, that's the problem. Embiid had 40 points. Great. But they lost, right? They lost by 9. They lost by 9, and we're scratching back in the fourth quarter. It's we often want to highlight these great players doing these great things, but you're talking about Embiid having 41 points, but you lost to a Spurs team that you guys can't even tell me one star plays for the Spurs. What's one star plays for the Spurs? Right? You can't tell me that. This team has no stars. They have no. But why did they win? Because they're playing Greg Pop basketball. So I think Doc Rivers, I don't know if he's waiting for this to happen, but they want to do it their way. Great. Let the Sixers go out and do it their way. But that's not the recipe for success. And I do think that the Sixers are, besides Brooklyn, the strongest team in the East. But they got to learn how to play together. And if they don't learn how to play together, or just and what I mean by that is not, how can I say this? What I mean by that is this. What I mean is really appreciating each other on the court, off the court, communication, and the worst times, the bad times. Not necessarily X's and O's, but just appreciation. And when you have that appreciation, the chemistry starts to flow, because you become less you become selfless. You become humble. You become more aware. You become understand, hey, look, I can do this, but so and so can also do this. How can I get my fellow guy the bucket? Because he needs it right now. Okay, hey, look, Harden has a hot hand. Okay, great. How can I work for him? But enjoy while you're doing it. And when you don't do that, like Draymond Green enjoys going out there and says, when Draymond Green sets a screen for Steph Curry, and then Steph Curry shoots a 3, Draymond Green equally is excited about that, or not even more, because he knows that he helped set that up. That type of mentality has to seep through the Sixers team. Until that team chemistry and appreciation for each other happens, don't even think that they're actually going to start winning any games. But they have to learn to appreciate each other. It's the city of brotherly love. Like, love your brother on the court. You love your brother off the court. The Phillies are doing well. The Eagles are doing well. Come on, 76ers. And I'm not sure how the Flyers are doing, but it's early. So, but Sixers have to develop some team chemistry. If not, you can kiss it out the window.